Hello, everyone. I'm Chris Flynn, and I'm here with
Scott Lang.
And we are the Band Dads. Here to bring you a podcast about something that we care very dearly about, which is music education and band.
Some of you are here because you want to learn about all things band. Some of you are here because you want to see a train wreck, and the answer is yes to both of those. We don't care why you're here. We're going to answer all the questions. We're going to say the things you're thinking. We're going to debunk all the myths.
Yep. This is the Band Dads Podcast.
The podcast by and for confused band parents.
Nice. You said the tagline. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a two-part episode special with a focus all about band camp. Band camp is a unique experience to marching band that gives students, staff, and programs a fresh start every single year. Scott and I discussed band camp in the prior episode titled, This Is Where It Starts. If you're not familiar with band camp or its purpose and goals, you should definitely go back and listen to that episode. We help give context to the time that's spent, why it's spent the way that it is, and even offer some advice around how to approach it and get the most from it. The purpose of the next two episodes is to take you inside of band camp itself. Kids come home from camp tired, hungry, and in most cases not very eager to chat about their day or debrief you about the activities they participated in. So instead, we're bringing some of the band camp experience to you. There'll be a mix of instruction, observation, interviews, and conversation that help you understand what goes on during that week or two of camp. So where do we start? Well, at the very beginning. It's day one. You drop your child off. They make their way to the auditorium where they find the rest of the band. They sit down and get ready to hear from the ringleader of the circus, the band director themselves.
All right. Good morning, everybody. No, we're going to do this thing where the teacher says good morning, and then they're like, no, it's not good enough. Are you still asleep out there? Okay, let's just try it again. Good morning. How are y'all doing? Awesome. Okay. So I'm super excited for today. It's going to be awesome. But before we start, I need this group of stragglers back here. I need you to come to the front up here and leave no spaces in between the seats. If you have a space in between you, raise your hand. We all good? We all good? Awesome. Move quick. You too. They're sitting there like no one's gonna notice me. I got two eyes. They sometimes work. Awesome. Okay, so I'm really excited. This is day one of band camp. We will have over 52 hours of camp together. Okay, so everyone give a big round of applause for that. Awesome. Okay, in camp, we're going to do a lot of different things. We're going to do some visual work, okay? So for our veterans, we actually have a little bit less visual time and a little bit less time outside. Give me a yay, yay. Yay, yay. Awesome. But it is warm, and we need to make sure that you are drinking water. Who actually hydrated yesterday before they came? Fantastic. I want to see those. Who ate breakfast? I'm looking for the hands that didn't, because I promise you may be the one that's sitting out. Okay, so along with some visual stuff, we're going to be working a lot of music. Who has their warm-ups all memorized? Okay, if you don't have your hand up, you're going to have your hand up within the next few days, because that's something that we're specifically working on. And put your hands down. Who has ever done like team building or like leadership stuff? Like who has ever done activities like that? Fantastic. We actually have an awesome thing that's going to be happening. We have a guest speaker that's going to be coming in Wednesday, and they're going to be working 2 hours on just like team building and community work with you. And they're actually going to be taking our leaders for an hour off on their own so they can become better leaders for you. They say, yay, yay. Yay. Fantastic. Okay, so along with that, we're going to also have at the end of our camp, we'll go through all this week, and then we'll do a day next week. You'll start school. Boo. Boo. I don't want to start school. I wish we could just do band camp for like 2 months and then have our championships. And you're like, no, never, don't do that. Okay, and then we're going to have our parent barbecue, okay? And that's going to look a little bit different. That's also going to be inside. Everyone say, thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. Yes, absolutely. It's going to be great. Whoever you praise, whatever you praise, it's going to be awesome. So this morning, we're going to do some video study as well. This group that we're going to be watching, Avon High School, they're absolutely incredible. The accolades that this group has just goes on and on and on. There was actually a year, this was, I think, 22 or 23, where their groups, they have a indoor wind group, they have an indoor percussion group, and they have an indoor guard group, okay? And in that year, they won world championships. All three groups won that year. It's incredible. They're one of the most recognized groups in the nation, and they're absolutely fantastic. This is their 2023 show. We're going to take a watch and listen, and then we'll talk a little bit more. You dig? No. That's what I like to hear. Okay, there is more to this, and we're going to finish our night by watching the rest. But do you think that this sort of production can happen if everyone's not bought in? Okay, did you see anyone on the field getting to my next dot? Toot. Toot, toot. Did you see that? Did you see anyone doing that? Did you see anyone not giving their full effort all the time throughout that show? Did you see mistakes? I saw mistakes. I was like, oh, that could definitely be better. I saw some mellow phasing of feet as they were going across the field in the halftime. But did the technique look good? I think the technique looked flawless. Yeah, absolutely. They're doing everything because they're bought in. Now, would it be as entertaining to watch if you had people that were kind of just ho-humming through the show? No. Okay, do you know what they're doing? It's very simple. They're choosing. They're choosing to do what is needed in that moment to make the production the best that it could be, okay? So this is my ask of you this week. Eyes, you got to choose, okay? We're going to ask you to do things that are, man, this is hard, okay? I don't want to play that chunk again. Man, we're going to do this exercise again. They're asking me to run back to set. Man, I've never drank so much water in my life. I've peed 8 times already, and it's only noon, okay? You have to choose to do those things to be better for the group, for those next to you. Lock eyes with someone next to you. Look left and right. That person next to you is relying on you to be at your best at all times so we can be the best that we can be at all times. Do you dig? No. Are you actually going to choose? This is rhetorical. Are you actually going to choose what to do, or are you just going to waste your own time? I hope you make the right choice today. We're going to have a great time this season. There's a lot, and some of you are like, man, this is just band. Why is he so wired up about band? Because I freaking love this activity, okay? I freaking love it. It's awesome in so many different ways, and for our new members, you're like, I don't get it. I've been holding the heavy instrument and blowing a lot of air, and we've been doing these weird breathing exercises that make me feel silly, okay? At the end, you will understand why we do the things that we do, and I hope you love the journey and the experience that we get through it. You dig? Okay, now, we're going to 2-line in the hallway, okay? Vets, you know what this is. New people, you're going to find out what this is, okay? I'm going to meet you in the hallway. Front ensemble and guard, you're going to go find your staff members. Winds and battery, you're going to 2-line in the hallway. Let's make this happen in less than 2 minutes. Go.
In our episode, This Is Where It Starts, Scott mentioned one of the main concepts of band camp is to learn how to learn. Here, that concept is happening right off the bat where the kids are relearning how to line up. 2-line just means 2 single-file lines. That's something certainly a group of high school kids should not have any difficulty with. But in marching band, even lining up has an intent. It has a purpose. Let's listen in as to why 2-line is important.
If you haven't noticed, this is what 2-line is. It's very simple, okay? Now, the name of the game is to be the same in anything and everything that we do. That includes 2-line. So you must hold your water bottle in the same hand. You must hold your instrument. If you're wearing your backpacks, you must wear your backpack the same way. Because if we're 2-lining, that means that we're going out in public somewhere where people can see and assess and start to build an idea of what kind of ensemble we are. Okay? So with that, we want to give no one the opportunity to think lesser than of our ensemble just because we walk a certain way. We want to give them the idea that we are professional in anything and everything that we do. Do you dig? No. So these are the rules of 2-line. 1, you have to look the same. That's meaning you're holding your items the same. 2, you don't talk. The reason behind that is to focus on the task at hand as we're going through. When we go to a competition where we're going to the gate to actually perform, we will always be in two line, just like this. And if you're talking, if you're not focusing on the task at hand, okay, will you perform to the best of your ability? No. Okay, so this is for you. Now, if you're a person where that doesn't affect you, that's totally fine. But your neighbor might be that person that needs that focus. So you need to give them that respect and that time to focus on their energies to do the best that they can with whatever task they have coming up. Do you understand? Yes. Awesome. Section leaders, we talked about this, yes? Yes. Okay.
The next task on the schedule is a visual block. When you hear the term visual, that is referring to everything the kids are doing during their routine that is not playing their instrument. Their marching, their choreography, all of their movement or lack thereof is what falls into visual. As we listen in on visual, the concept of relearning how to do things they may already know is very prevalent. But it takes work. Good visual is an art form. Much like, let's say, ballroom dance, there is a particular stance and posture for every move one makes while marching. The texts teaching visual have the task of trying to break 14 years of habit around posture, how to stand, and even how to walk. They have to do that with 100+ kids and be so good at their job that they can make all 100 kids mirror each other and look exactly the same when they get on the field. That is certainly no easy task. Let's join visual techs Andrew and Mina, who start with some stretching. And yes, even stretching requires a particular technique.
Rise up as you inhale and sink a little closer to the ground as you take that exhale.
Keep stretching.
Do this a little more until our spines are a little bit more relaxed. Deep breaths through all of this, always. We are always breathing.
Comfortable for you.
Peyton, get your feet wider. Thank you.
Right. Keep stretching, just release forward.
All right, now everybody take a look at me. We are going to take it over onto our right leg. Everybody move your chest up and down while keeping contact of your hands to your shin. This is going to explore the range of stretch and motion in that hip that we're stretching right now. We can also take a look right here, bending away with our left leg and coming back up. This provides a new degree of stretch. We're still breathing, still breathing deep. And let's take it over to a right lunge now.
Emphasizing correct posture, achieving optimal weight distribution, and even the intricacy of how to stand sets the tone for every motion that follows.
Rock forward on your platforms, rock back on your heels, and open your toes to your natural turnout. We should be around like a 45-ish. If you're like out here, 180, it's probably a little far.
Comfy pizza slice, yeah? Your personal pizza slice.
Pizza slice. All right, now our weight distribution is going to be 60% forward, 40% back. So I'm going to be kind of light on my heels.
So
I'm putting my weight into my platforms so that I'm as stable as possible. And I'm ready to take a step in any direction at any point in time. My ankle bones are always going to be centered on my dot. So if we had yard lines, you'd probably be in the center of a yard line. If you had a dot like when we're in the zone, your dot would be right in between your ankle bones. From there, we have our knees. Our knees should be right in line with our ankle bones. They're going to be engaged, but not tense. We don't want to lock our knees and cut off our circulation or cause any pain in our knees. Above that is our hips. Most of us have a natural...
We have like a tilt.
A tilt, thank you.
Pretty much to our pelvis.
Yeah, we have a natural tilt forward. So if you think about your hips as a soup bowl, it's filled to the brim with soup. And if you tilt it any which way, you're going to spill your soup. We don't want to spill our soup. So naturally, we're spilling it out the front a little bit. So think about pulling your tailbone down ever so slightly. That's going to engage the bottom of your abs, your lower abs, and pull your belly button slightly back. So everyone do that now. Let's go hands on hips, hands on hips.
The soup bowl or cereal bowl concept is reiterated consistently through many of the forms the kids learn. The purpose is to help overcome a natural tendency we all have for our hips to fall forward, spilling our soup. The core being the center of the body helps keep the balance and strength of a marcher's form. Something so simple is crucial to get students' form correct right off the bat.
You don't have to like.
Next, they need to learn how to move the body in rhythm using counts.
Separation.
Again, this is a very simple principle that sets a foundation.
Then our shoulders.
The students move their entire body from head to toe, curling down to the ground and back up again, following a specific count.
Take prescribed 20 counts to break down and bring my body back up. All that it means is that we have to subdivide, just like our music, yeah? And feet and open first, and set. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Head. Shoulders.
Guys are so close together.
Upper back. You're too fast. Lower back.
Take your
And
time.
knees.
Curve your spine.
Hold. Keep your knees turned out. 5, 6, 7, 8. Knees. Lower back. Upper back. Shoulders so forward, shoulders.
Keep your chin down.
Where's your chin?
down. Now chin up. You gotta wait.
All right.
Good posture.
We're still
Stay
set.
set, please.
We're still set. That's really good, yeah? I see effort and I see us trying.
Of course, you won't get perfect form on day one, but as you heard there, Andrew praises effort. Remember, the goal of band camp is to establish your culture. Part of that culture is the effort you put in towards the work that you do. So when things are going well, you let the kids know. That itself is a win day one of band camp. Hopefully this isn't a spoiler to anyone with a child in marching band, but ultimately the kids need to learn how to walk using a count. This exercise gets a little music to set the pace. Dare I say it sounds like they may even be having fun? It is kind of funny how there's a lyric in the song choice here that says, "I just can't control my feet," when the exercise is very much about keeping control.
Listen to it for a second.
If you count out loud, it'll help you and your friends.
Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna skip forward in the song. Front line set. Good posture, good set, and then we'll start. Here we go. 5, 6, 5.
Push! Front line's driving their feet. That's beautiful.
Great. Space in your upper chest.
Who's
your
lifting
chest.
up? Who's lifting up right now? Yeah. You're going too fast.
Try to stay in line
good.
with smaller steps, yeah. There we go. Keep up.
Push.
A little faster. There we go. Hit,
Low speed racer.
hit pretty good. Keep up.
Left, right, left,
Try to stay in
right,
line. Use your eyes.
right. Yeah, we're going a little fast, yeah? Thanks for me.
Create space in your chest. Shoulders back.
Woo! Yeah. Early, little early. 6,
Very nice, keep it
7,
up.
8.
Keep your chins up.
Visual staff continue into some more techniques such as a stab close, which is when on the last count, the right foot is kept in a position where the heel is off the ground and the foot is pointed so the big toe only is touching or stabbing the ground. They also learn slides, which is the technique when you keep your body orientation and shoulders flat to the front so you can play towards the audience while still moving left or right towards an end zone, for example. They learn how to appropriately march backwards as well. Some of these techniques are better learned with visuals, so we won't cover them all, but each progression, each lesson learned all the way back to posture is critical for each step they learn, and each technique builds on the last. Technique takes time to master. The effort is the focus of a day like today, and you look for those wins to set the standard.
Front line set.
5, 6, 7, push, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Ooh, very
That was
nice.
great, front line. Maintain it.
Good extension.
I was able to pull head of visual Andrew aside so he could tell me a bit more about himself.
My name is Andrew Yoakum, and I'm the visual caption head.
Andrew, tell me a little bit about your background and like how you got to the point of being an instructor here of high school kids in marching band.
Sure, yeah. So I started marching band back in 2017 for my freshman year. I went to Sunrise Mountain in Peoria. and I really picked up with it pretty fast. My parents met in the Marine Corps doing music.
Fantastic. Okay.
I had already been playing music since 3rd grade, and I just knew I wanted to do marching band.
Okay.
So,
What did you march? What'd you play?
I played euphonium
Okay.
and trombone.
Okay,
But
gotcha.
trombone was more my sit-down thing.
Gotcha. Marching band you were attracted to, what got you to the point where you wanted to share that skill set and teach it to kids?
So after my freshman year of high school, my section leader told me I should try and go march an independent group. So he told me to go march Phenom, which was a local, basically mini drum corps that rehearsed out at Tempe Sports Complex 4 days a week.
Okay.
And so I joined that, fell in love with it, fell in love with drum corps, and even more with marching band.
Nice.
And so immediately when I got out of high school, I just knew I wanted to start giving back.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. As far as your job in visual, what's kind of your goal for band camp? What are you trying to get out of band camp? What are you trying to accomplish?
Yeah, so my goals for the season are to set expectations and to have the students feel comfortable in their own bodies.
Okay.
I really want them to be able to not just move their right foot, but know which way it's moving and why we are moving it and what the left leg is doing to support the right leg making this action. So a lot of the teaching this year has been asking the students, do you understand why we're doing this?
Sure.
Do you understand why it feels this way?
Right. Do you think, and this is just my opinion as I guess of a band parent who didn't do marching band themselves, I feel like the kids come into the activity, they already know how to play an instrument generally, and a lot of them play instruments that are familiar to them. Do you think what you do, the visual part and the marching, is probably the hardest part for them because it's the most foreign? Like, where do you feel it falls in the process?
Definitely foreign is a really good word to use for that.
Yeah.
I think they show up and, they obviously wanted to join marching band because they wanted to take this musical journey to the next level.
Sure.
And so I love just being able to share the skill sets that they need to accomplish both things at the same time.
Sweet.
And rather than maybe prioritizing the unfamiliar stuff, just making sure that it falls into place with the stuff that they already know.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
And then lastly, I would ask you if you have if there's anybody, again, coming in new to the activity, or is there any advice you would, I guess, give them? Because by the time this comes out, a lot of schools and other places are just starting band camp. If you have any advice for them, what might it be?
You need to let your kids get the rest that they deserve because you need to allow them to go 100% when they're here. So
Gotcha. Maybe even force them to make sure they get the rest they deserve.
Absolutely. Yes. At home, like, hey, you're going to keep drinking water. I know you're drinking water out there all day, but you need to drink it when you're going to bed too and getting ready, and making sure that your kid is fed and during that breakfast time before they show up. They got to show up fueled and ready to go and
That's
ready
fair.
to go 100%. So
Yeah, because they're all teenagers. Sometimes we think they take care of themselves, but that's not always the case.
I wish that would be great. Yeah. Also, tell them to wear deodorant. From a guy who spends a lot of time with them outside.
That's a very honest observation that I'm sure many would appreciate being implemented. So yeah.
Sure.
All right, Andrew, thanks, bud.
Thank you.
Thank you to Andrew and Mina for allowing me to spend as much time with them as I did during camp. They're fantastic individuals whose passion for this activity is easily felt. Much like the consistent outcomes it hopes to achieve, the schedule for band camp itself is quite consistent. There's a morning huddle into two-line, followed by a visual block for the first few hours. The kids then return inside to do some warm-ups in their sections prior to lunch. For lunch each day, the kids are instructed to eat lunch in their sections. This is a critical time for those kids and their sections to get to know each other, bond, and ultimately gain each other's trust. Ensuring that they spend that additional small group time together really helps with that. There are some stragglers who choose social circles versus sections, but it's by far the minority, and those committed stick to the task. That bond those sections build carries over into the next activity that follows lunch every day, which is team building. The first team building activity is the game called The Priest and the Parish. If you're not familiar, this is a call and response game. For this game, the call person is the drum major, senior member Lily. Each section sits together in the same row of chairs, and there's enough rows to accommodate the number of sections and members in the band. The members need to remember what row they're sitting in. This is crucial. The main test of this game is for the entire row to act at the same time. This means that they have to stand up, speak, and sit down again all at the same time together. If they fail to do any of those things in unison, then their team gets eliminated until the next game. This can definitely get a little crazy, so let's listen to a bit of it.
You have to communicate as a group. You have to coordinate together what you're doing, okay? And you actually have to pay attention, okay? So at any point, if myself or Lily is like, you're out, that team's out, no ifs, ands, or buts, okay? We'll tell you what you did wrong. Either you didn't stand up together, you didn't sit down together, you called out the wrong number, something, maybe you just stood up at the wrong time because you thought your number was there, okay? But it's going to get faster and faster as we go, okay? So you have to be paying attention. So we'll start slow. Good luck. Lock arms. Look up. Look at me. Look at Lily. All right, take it away,
Okay.
Lily.
The preacher in the parish has lost his cat. Some say this and some say that. I say it is team number 2.
Aye, sir.
Then who, sir?
Team number 3, sir.
I don't know.
So this is going to be a little bit of a tester. We'll do a few of these, okay? You would be out because you didn't say the same number.
Okay, the preacher in the parish has lost his cat. Some say this and some say that. I say it is team number 4.
Not I, sir.
Then who, sir?
Team number 1, sir. Not I, sir. Then who, sir?
Somebody get out of here. Get out of here. You're already out. Get out of here. Somebody's going out. All right, next. Keep it rolling.
Okay, the preacher in the parish has lost his cat. Some say this, some say that. I say it is team number 7.
Not I, sir.
Then who, sir?
Team number 8, sir. Not I, sir. Then who, sir? Team number 6, sir. Not I, sir. Then who, sir? Team number 7, sir. Not I, sir. Then who, sir? Team number 8, sir. Not I, sir. Then who, sir? Team number 6, sir. Not I, sir. Then who, sir? Team number 7, sir. Not I, sir. Then who, sir? Team number 8, sir. Not I, sir. Then who, sir? Team number 6, sir. Not I, sir. Then who, sir?
Okay, the preacher in the parish has lost his cat. Some say this and some say that. I say it was team number 1.
Since they have to say a team number in unison, they usually quickly agree on the team number prior to the round starting, which is not very long. So the gag becomes, since they agreed to one number, well, they stick to that number. And if the rival team also says that same team number, then the game quickly becomes a loop of the same 2 or 3 teams in the round going back and forth very quickly, while the rest just get to watch and enjoy the chaos.
Team number 2, sir. Not I, sir. Then who, sir? Team number 1, sir. Not I, sir. Then who, sir? Team number 2, sir. Not I, sir. Then who, sir? Team number 1, sir. Not I, sir. Then who, sir? Team number 2, sir. Not I, sir. Then who, sir? Team number 1, sir. Not I, sir. Then who, sir? Team number 2, sir. Not I, sir. Then who, sir? Team number 1, sir. Not I, sir. Then who, sir? Team number 2, sir.
Okay, lightning.
Not I, sir.
Now that the team building craziness is over, let's head into the bass drum sectional. This is a group that I think is a bit underrated. A lot of times in a performance, the loudness of the other instruments can make it easy to miss the nuance and technicality of the bass drums. To hear the way these drums work together, not only in rhythm, but tone as well, is something to appreciate. Part of the fun in band camp is learning how to tune out all of the extra noise and focus on only the things that are important. Since we're back inside now, you're going to hear some bleed over from the other sectional sessions that are happening in the building. I assure you, the bass drums are not off time. That's someone else's metronome bleeding in. Anyway, let's listen in on a bass drum sectional.
Yeah, stay set, look at your zones. And observe what your shoulders feel like when you end, what your biceps feel like, forearms, wrists, And then finally observe what your fulcrum looks like and feels like. It should be relaxed. Thumbnails should be looking to the sky. And we should have no gaps in our top 3 fulcrum. Relax. Can anybody tell me why we do prep?
Prepare to play.
We do it to prepare to play. Why do we need to prepare to play together? Say that again?
So we all hit at the same time.
Yes, we need to all have a good interpretation of how we want to hit the drum before we actually get to hit the drum. So that's why I say fast out, fast in. Not because I want you guys to tense up or overthink it. It's just that the reason we go out on the before 1 is because if you are playing on 1, you can't prep out on 1. You know what I mean? Has to be a little bit before 1. Let's get a mallet out. Left hands are down. And we are marking time through this whole thing. Remember, stay relaxed throughout this whole thing. All we want to worry about right now is the timing of the prep. And then when we actually get to hit the drum, we want to make sure that we are continuing to make this shape of our hand the same, relaxed, and able to be absorbed into the drum without actually taking away any of the sound from the mallet to the drum. Yeah? So no squeezing out.
Continuing into the lesson, our tech Raven talks about velocity and something you may not commonly think about working against those that play a bass drum.
Staying on our left, we're going to move on to velocity. Everybody remember velocity? This is one where we start already prepped. We are working on moving, we're going to do fulcrums only. So only just the front fulcrum. So in order to create the velocity that we need to basically be able to create that ourselves. Why?
Because we don't have gravity.
We do not have gravity on our side. We are playing sideways, if you guys didn't notice. So from the back of our hand, we are going to, and with some good support and pressure from our fulcrum, we are going to hit into the drum and allow the head to throw the mallet back out. You feel? Whole thing. Yeah, don't rush. And a 4, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4, 1 E and a 2, 3 E and a 4, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4. Good recovery. And a 4, 1 E and a 2 and a 3 E and a 4, 1 E and a 4. Good job. One more time.
As the sectional continues, technique is implemented, pace increases, and the exercises and warm-ups get more difficult.
Yes.
The last rep was a clip that we also shared on the band's social media that, as of this editing, has accumulated about 70,000 views between Instagram and TikTok. The internet loves videos with drums.
Those unisons in Elena's bar is going to be right, left. So Elena, you're going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and right, left, right. Right, left, right. Okay. 2 more. Good. We'll give you a better start. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 2 and. Don't go on. I just want to hear 4 and 1.
Yeah!
Yeah. There we go. You want that again?
Yes.
Okay. I think we should replicate that rep. That is now our lowest standard. We cannot go below that.
I can do that.
Good.
There's a good comment to echo there. Let's replicate that rep. That is now our lowest standard. We could not go below that. That's a good lesson about the music side of band camp. Rep it till you get it right. That is now the minimum. From there, you do it better, and that is your goal each time you play, each rep you play. Put in the effort to continuously get better and improve. That doesn't mean you won't have bad reps after that, but you are now holding yourself accountable and established an expectation. Admittedly, the bass drums are a fun section to hang with, but we do need to move on and see what else is happening around camp. We head down the hallway to the next sectional, and this one I don't need to intro as the tech casually did it for me while they were getting their mic situated.
Let me see if I could put this in a better place that's not going to be like breathing on it. Bash a band, mic'd up. The unseen footage and audio.
Oh no.
Coming at you live from the front ensemble.
Needless to say, as someone who sits in a corner with a camera trying to observe the natural happenings of band camp, I appreciate the enthusiasm for my presence. So thank you, Jalen. This segment, we sit in with front ensemble. I don't mean anything by this when I say it, but for marching band in Arizona, I can't imagine a better section to be in than front ensemble. Front ensemble doesn't have to go outside. There is no visual. So to avoid the heat here in the desert, front ensemble is the choice. And if for some reason you're not aware, front ensemble, aka The Pit, no affiliation with the Mouse Rat song, is the group that stands in front of the band that plays marimba, vibraphone, synthesizer, and depending on your band, potentially drum kits, timpani drums, and other auxiliary percussion such as the rack. That said, front ensemble has the pressure of being the first group you see and the first group you hear during a performance. If you ever get a chance to sign up and push PIT, as they say, which is the group of parents that help move front ensemble's instruments, audio equipment, and speakers into place prior to a performance, do it. Seriously, do it. You have to do it at least once. In my opinion, it changes your perspective of how you see and appreciate a marching show. The details you pick up on and seeing how everything comes together is very special. Also very special is seeing a good, synced up, in unison front ensemble. Although they don't march, they still have movement and fluidity in what they do. The consistent movement you see them doing is called pulsing. Watching a good pit sync up, pulsing, using eye contact, holding each other accountable, and ensuring that they are operating as one is very visually evident. It's very satisfying and almost reassuring in a way. It makes things feel right. Let's listen in on their sectional during camp. Dare I say the most melodic sectional, potentially?
Take a quick second, check your technique. Make sure that they are matching. Match to your neighbor. Go ahead and relax. Cool. One thing to make note of is there was a little bit of tempo fluctuation happening between scale to scale, especially in our descending sections. Yeah. So make sure that you're utilizing not only the metronome, but as well as the person next to you to be able to lock in together. Yeah. Remember, we're playing as an ensemble, so we can't have different tempos all around the ensemble, right? We have about 18 of us here. Let's make sure that it just sounds like one tempo, right? Solid. Cool. We're going to do that same thing, just a little bit faster. So unify ourselves, yeah? Unify your own hands and then unify each other. Cool, cool. First listen, this is your tempo. One last thing, let's also get some eyes up, yeah? Right now we're too focused into our board. Let's really lock in by using our eyes to each other, yeah? Make eye contact with someone else. Lock it in. Here we go. And up. We'll try that again. Let's have a little bit of a cleaner downbeat there, yeah?
I really like that Jalen jumps in right away there. He knows they're capable, so why let a bad rep continue and develop into a bad habit? Rest and start again. This is something he's not shy to do. He's also willing to jump in and demonstrate the technique as well, which is something you're going to hear in a moment.
Here we go. 8 more in. little bit of a flam between you three here. Let's try that again. Here we go. 8 we're in. Block chords. 13, 24, 14, 23, 1, 3, 2, 4. Here we go. Cut. We're gonna try that again. Biggest thing that I'm noticing is when we come up, we're not together already, yeah? Initiate, and 5, 6, freeze, prep, play, yeah? We have those checkpoints and all those counts for that reason. So that way we can unify the way we come up, and where we are in the process of playing, yeah? Let's try that again, please. Well, that was a little funky. Cool, real quick, go and relax. So, what's the difference between 1324 and 1324? That is it. The hand speed stays the same, actually. Reason why is because our 1324, the only thing you're doing is offsetting one of your hands, a singular 16th note. They're still playing 8th notes. So which hand stays the same between the two? Left hand, right. So when you're counting throughout this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Yeah, that left hand stays the same all throughout all of that. Yeah? You can count to 7 the entire time. By the way, if you haven't noticed, I don't say 7 all the way through. I just say sev. Just to create a singular, thank you, syllable. Yes, a singular syllable, so that way it's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Right? Because it's not 2 syllables, it's a singular syllable. It's a singular count, so we give it a singular syllable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Right?
In front ensemble, they make the English language work for them, not the other way around. Some fun insight there into even something as simple as manipulating a word's syllable count can make the job of playing the music easier. Before the group plays a piece, they always are brought to a place of calm first. It always begins with breathing.
Real quick, take a deep breath in. And out. We'll get one last one. Deep breath in. And slow out. Here we go. All of blocks. Block chords, 1324, 1423, 1324, downbeat on mallet 1. 8 we're in.
In a moment, Jalen is going to introduce one of my favorite concepts I saw while I was in the sectional. It's incredibly simple, the concept of listening back and how he decided to change the format of the band room to go along with this concept. It's super simple, incredibly effective, and from where I stood, pretty brilliant.
Relax. Yeah, we're wanting to be ahead. We're constantly wanting to be ahead all throughout our formats. Even within the first 5, 6 notes of block chords. Bum, 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 bum. That just pushes. Yeah, we gotta stay relaxed. Pull it back, sit back into the beat. Yeah, we can't be pushing it. We're in the front ensemble, right? So whose sound is gonna be heard first in the entire band? Ours. Not only acoustically, but also electronically, right? We have a whole sound system for us to push our sound even more. So they're obviously going to hear our sound first, right? So who do we have to listen to in the band? Usually, it's going to be drums, right? Most of the time, it's going to be drums. We want to listen back. But that means we also have to sit into their sound. Yeah? We can't control the sound. We have to sit into their sound. Same thing goes for here. We have to listen back to the metronome itself. Yeah? If you notice, I just walk around, point back. Why is that? Yep, you have to listen back. For all my vets, that's the reason why we're facing this way now instead of facing that way. Because we're not supposed to be listening forward, we're supposed to be listening back. Yeah? So use your ears, listen back, Really lock into the tempo behind you. And use your eyes to lock into the tempo within. Yeah? Do we have any questions, comments, concerns about anything?
Man, would you look at the time? But wait, we can't go a whole episode without some Scott Lang, can we? That would be blasphemy. As you may know, Scott's full-time job is traveling the country doing workshops with bands and their leadership. He happened to be in town during our camp and had a chance to lead sessions for both the full band and the leadership team. This was also special for me as I had not seen nor attended one of Scott's workshops myself. To say he's passionate about what he does would not bring justice to the experience he provides those students. I myself know I cannot do it justice, so instead, let's take a seat in the workshop and listen in.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Listen, if you don't get better than that, we're going outside and we're doing 2 hours of basics in the sun. I said good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon!
Yeah, they get a lot better. Okay, you ready to go? Yeah, yeah?
Yeah!
When I say yeah, yeah, you say yeah, yeah back. Yeah, yeah?
Yeah!
Yeah, yeah?
Yeah, yeah!
Yeah, yeah?
Yeah, yeah!
$50 to the loudest person. I said yeah, yeah?
Yeah!
So let's be clear, you'll do things for money that you won't do for a human being.
Yes.
Great, that's fantastic. Just, hey, that's so awesome, good. They'll be good, Denny, but only if you give them letter points. By the way, they'll practice, but only if you give them the solo. By the way, I guarantee you, Mountain Ridge isn't motivated by money, so you better get in the game or get out of the room. You don't ever let anyone be the external validator of your work ethic. You choose to be the best because you choose to be the best, not because you get a reward, not because you get a title. You do it because you're capable of doing it. Yeah, yeah?
Yeah!
Yeah, yeah?
Yeah, yeah!
I do understand. Here's the thing. I was telling Mr. Danny this, and by the way, I tell you what, I've already decided, you're so lucky. I've decided you're going to be my favorite group of the year. Yeah, yeah?
Yeah, yeah!
Yeah, yeah?
Yeah, yeah!
Now, I'm fortunate, and I normally don't do this in a workshop, but let me do this really quick in a workshop. I'm very, very fortunate. You guys know what Bands of America is? Yeah, yeah?
Yeah, yeah!
Yeah, yeah?
Yeah, yeah!
So some of the best groups in the country, you were at Bands of America, same time. I'm so lucky. I've worked with 10 of the last 11 Grand National Champions. That's the circle I run in. Those are the people I work with. I work with the best bands in the country, and I'll tell you right now, flat out, I've never been more scared in my life than being in this room right now. Because you're the Basha band. You're my band. You're my kids' band. You're more important than any band in the planet to me. So I got news for you right now. If you came to bring your B game, if you came to give me halfway, if you came to give me your B minus game, if you didn't come to give me everything you got, then you're in the wrong room because I'm coming with everything I got today. Yeah, yeah!
Yeah, yeah!
Yeah, yeah!
Yeah, yeah!
There'll be kids walk out of band this year, Mr. Denny, and say it was the best year band we ever had, Basha. They'll be right. There'll be kids walk out of band this year and say it was the worst year band ever had. They marched the same drill. They played the same music. They just made a different decision. The experience you have is not about the person in front of the room. The experience you have is about the person in front of the mirror. Your seasoned, and I was telling this to a group, and I told this to the leaders just a second. Believe it or not, mathematically speaking, that your year is halfway over at the end of band camp. You did 97 hours of rehearsal last year in band camp. You did 98 in the rest of the season. Your season's over in 10 days. And it's not the band that you are. You are the best band. I worship this band. I love this band. I follow you everywhere. I have Basha swag. I tell everyone, I chose this school. We drive 14 miles like you so my kid can be in this band. That's how special you are. You get this every day, and you don't understand how special how lucky you are. And so you have to understand that you get this experience, and you think this is normal to have a loving, caring band director, but it's not. You think it's normal to have a group of kids who cares much about the activities they do, but it's not. You think it's normal to have a group that everyone gets to be a part of, whether they have talent, whether they have skill, whether they have experience, but it's not. This is a special place. And that's the thing you have to understand. You get this, and so you have to give this. That makes sense. Yeah, yeah?
Yeah, yeah!
The experience you have. And so the experience you have is the experience you choose. So choose great. So I'm really hot, so let's be hot and be great. I'm really tired, so let's be tired and be great. I'm really hungry, let's be tired and let's be hungry and be great. Just choose great every day. That's what makes it different. Your season is halfway over in the next 7 days, halfway over. And the question is not the band that you are. It's not the band that you were. It's not the band because you're an incredible band. Yeah, yeah?
Yeah, yeah!
It's the band you coulda, shoulda, woulda been had you just pushed a little bit harder. 3% is the year. How many percent? It's 3%. How many percent?
3%.
How many? How many?
3%.
How many?
3%.
I'm 57 years old and I'm louder than everyone. I said, how many?
3%.
That's 4 seconds. You just wasted repeating yourself. 4 seconds you could have done it the right way. That means you're 1/3 the band that you could have, should have, would have been. That means, by the way, I know, Denny, because I've been in the room. It takes you 3 instructions before they respond to the instruction. It takes you 3 times after the paper before they actually do the paper. You're 1/3 the band you could have, should have, would have been because you took 3 times to do something you could have done the first time. Why? Time's not coming back. Why are you holding back? Get in the game, baby, or get out of the room. Yeah, yeah?
Yeah, yeah!
Well, here's the thing. I really believe this. And I always say, never let anyone else be the arbiter of your effort. Never let anyone else. If I say 10 seconds, don't take 10, take 2. If he says 2 minutes, don't take 2 minutes, take 1 minute. And the thing is, do you believe Mr. Denny cares about you? Yeah, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
He loves you? Yeah, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
He wants what's best for you? Yeah, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
He would never put you in harm's way? Yeah, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
He would put your own needs above his own? Yeah, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Then take the leap. Say the words. Take the leap. Say it.
Take the leap.
Take the leap. Say it.
Take the leap.
Like you mean it. Take the leap. Say it.
Take the leap.
3 times because you can't do it right the first time. That means take 3 sets to learn the drill instead of the first time. That way, you could learn the show if you were fully committed, bought and engaged. I mean, driving like a dog. If you really went at, you could learn the show in 3 weeks, but you'll take 3 months. The thing about this is that there's a place for everyone inside a place for everyone. Yeah, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
There's a place for you if you want to march. There's a place for you if you don't. Yeah, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
There's a place if you're talented. There's a place if you're not. Yeah, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
There's a place if you're headed to Juilliard. There's a place if you're headed to community college. Yeah, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
That's the beauty of this. There's a place for everyone inside a place for it. The reason we chose Basher was that. There's a place for everyone. And I'm not going to use names, but I told you I get to work with some of the best programs in the country. I just left a workshop 2 weeks ago, and I said, can anyone be in band? And they said, anyone who's capable. I said, excuse me? They said, anyone who can do it. I said, well, wait a minute. So if I'm disabled, I can't be in band? They said, nope. I said, so if I'm a beginner, I can't be in band? Nope. So if I have a disability, if I'm sight impaired, I can't be in band? Nope. That's not how we roll at Basha. There's a place for everyone inside a place for everyone. Yeah, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
That's, the thing is, the place is a different place. People are like, I want my band to be one big happy family. What a stupid idea. Yeah, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Because then we can only attract one type of kid. We can only help one type of kid. There's a place for everyone inside a place for everyone. You want to go to Juilliard? We have a place for you. You want to go to the military? We have a place for you. You're a gifted kid who's going to get a scholarship. We have a place for you. You've never done this before. We have a place for you. There's a place for you. But every place is different. Yeah, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't believe the place in the flutes is the same in the place in the drumline. I don't believe that. Like the flutes are like, come on, guys, let's commit to excellence. And the drummers are like, come on, guys, let's commit a felony. I mean, and that's what band is, becoming one. Yeah, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
The talented and the not talented becoming one. The gifted and the not gifted becoming one. The vets and the rookies becoming one. The brass and the woodwind becoming one. The drumline, the front ensemble becoming one. It's about becoming one. Yeah, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah?
Yeah.
Say it like you mean it. Don't go soft. Yeah, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Here's the thing. And musically speaking, this is called a crescendo. A what, a?
Crescendo.
A what, a?
Crescendo.
A what, a?
Crescendo.
I believe in the crescendo through life. Every day you grow. Every day you evolve. You learn something in the last 50 minutes that you didn't know 50 minutes ago, so you should be better. You're going to learn something today that you didn't know yesterday, so you should be better. I expect more of you on 10 o'clock than I did at 8 o'clock. I expect more of you at 12 o'clock than I did at 10 o'clock. I expect more on a Tuesday than I did on Monday. I expect more on a Wednesday than I did on Tuesday. I expect more in week 2 than I did week 1. I expect more in August than I did in July. I expect more in October than I did in September. I expect more of your sophomore than I did freshman year. I expect more of a June than I do. I expect more of a senior than I do. If you don't like it, don't sign up for band. What are you going to do? Just repeat the same thing for 4 years? Or are you going to get better? That's the game. You've grown, you've evolved since last year. You've learned something, you've had experiences, you've been to competitions, you've heard judges' tapes, you've been in front of incredible instructors. You're not the same person that you were as a 13-year-old beginner. So I expect you to act like it. I expect you to be better now than you were 12 minutes ago. And if you're not going to get better, then get out of the room. Yeah, yeah!
Yeah, yeah!
That's the thing. Like I told you, you believe Denny loves you. Yeah, yeah?
Yeah, yeah!
Cares about you. Yeah, yeah?
Yeah, yeah!
Would never put you in harm's way. Yeah, yeah?
Yeah, yeah!
Would put your interests in front of his own. Yeah, yeah?
Yeah, yeah!
Then take the leap. Say it. Take the leap. Say it.
Take the leap!
Go all in. When he says run him over! When he says forte, put him off the freaking podium and watch him drop. When he says piano, play so quiet he can't even hear you play. Why take 5 reps to do what we could have done in 1? Why take 5 hours to do what we could do in 5 minutes? The only thing holding back is you. It's not the band that you are. You're amazing. You're Basha. It's the band we could have, should have, would have been if we just took the leap. If you know you can't be hurt, if you know nothing can happen, if you know the person who's asking you to run is literally going to put himself in front of you in harm's way, then run. Play. March. Because time's not coming back. You're not going to get this experience again, and in 4 months you're going to wish you did. And believe it or not, in an hour and 42 minutes you're going to wish you had one more, but you don't get it. Time's not coming back. So why would you hold back? Why would you take 3 reps to do what you could do in 1? Why scream at 70%? Because we don't want to look silly. So look silly. Look like a fool. What's the worst thing that can happen? The experience you have is the experience you choose. So choose great. But I feel dumb, so be dumb and be great. But I'm a freshman, so be a freshman and be great. But I'm an 8th grader, so be an 8th grader and be great. But I'm hot, so be hot and be great. But I'm tired, so just choose great every day. Even the days you don't want to, you choose it. Yeah, yeah? Yeah, yeah! I don't want you to be anything you want to be, think anything you want to think, feel anything you want to feel, do anything, do, be, or become anything you want to do or become. But I want to all in or all out. There's the door. March or don't, play or don't, band or don't! But don't be meh. Nobody wants meh in their life. Nobody remembers meh when it leaves. Nobody wants a meh partner. Nobody wants a meh teacher. Nobody wants a meh friend. Nobody wants a meh parent. March or don't, play or don't, band or don't, but don't be meh. Meh is forgotten 5 minutes after you leave. Because your season literally is almost 20% done and it's Wednesday. What have you done with that? Have you played it safe and been 80%? Have you been almost there and been 85%? Or have you been all in?
To close the large group session, Scott centers himself and the group and helps them reflect on where to go from here.
Close your eyes for a second. Take a deep breath in. Hold it. See yourself as the best version of yourself for the next 2 hours. Breathe out. Take a deep breath in. Hold it. Start early, start small. Think long. What's one thing you can do in the next day? What's one small gesture you can make that will change someone's life? Breathe out. Take a deep breath in. Hold it. See yourself at your best. Choosing great, even when you don't want to. Breathe out any doubt. Open your eyes. You ready to go? Yeah, yeah?
Yeah, yeah!
Was this worth doing? Yeah, yeah?
Yeah, yeah!
Did I make you think? Yeah, yeah?
Yeah, yeah!
Listen, you have no idea how blessed you are, how lucky you are to be in this room with this group of people and this staff. Don't ever take it for granted, and don't be mad. Yeah, yeah!
Yeah, yeah!
Scott also sat down with the leadership team. This session was focused on really making them think. Think about leadership. Think about how flexible it needs to be. Think about how they need to be the opposite of what they were to get their leadership job in the first place. Also, what role does fear play in them acting like a leader?
All right, so we're going to do some math. Ready to do some math? Yeah, yeah?
Yeah, yeah!
We're going to call it 15 people in this room. Do you believe that you all are different leaders? Some of you are verbal, some of you aren't. Some of you are organized, some of you are a hot mess. Some of you are comfortable on your instrument, some of you aren't. Some of you are coordinated, some of you aren't. Some of you are musical, some of you aren't. Some of you are verbal, some of you aren't. Some of you are confident, some of you aren't. Can we agree that there's 16 different ways to be a leader in this room? Yeah, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, there's 100, and we're going to say 100 because that's easier math for me. I'm a drummer, I'm not that bright. 100 kids who aren't in this room, pretty close to it. Yeah, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you believe people are led differently? Some people need a hug and a high five. Some people need a swift kick in the butt. Some people need 3 hours. Some people need 3 minutes. Some people need to be role modeled. Some people need to be left alone. Some people need to be confronted. Do you believe that everyone is led differently? Yeah, yeah?
Yeah, yeah!
I mean, you have to understand, so you're all very different leaders. Yeah, yeah?
Yeah, yeah!
Now, here's where it's going to get weird. And I want you to understand, my job is to make you think, yeah, yeah?
Yeah, yeah!
That's the way it's supposed to be. If you're all the same type of leader, I've trained you, then I don't need 15 of you. You're useless. You're redundant to me. What makes you different is what makes you valuable to me. Because for every kid I can't reach, there's a kid you can. For every kid who responds to my fire, there's a kid who shuts down. I need you. So think about how we choose leaders. Everyone in this room, you share a similar characteristic, is my guess. I could be wrong, but it's my guess. And the characteristic is this: you did what you were told, when you were told, how you were told. Fair point? If Miles Denny said, I need you to be here at 8 o'clock, and you said, I'll show up when I'm hot, good, and ready, Skippy, are you going to be a leader? Yes or no?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
So here's the thing, when I was with you in the auditorium 2 hours ago, yeah, yeah?
Yeah, yeah!
And I asked you 4 times to say, yeah, yeah. Ready? Yeah, yeah?
Yeah, yeah!
Because he's very quiet, he's very demure. You're very quiet and very demure. I don't want you to be quiet and demure. I want you to be fire. Yeah, yeah?
Yeah, yeah!
Okay, good. Now, If he says, listen, if you could set up the chairs and stands for me, that would be great. And you responded with, if you could get me a vanilla soy latte pronto, princess, that would be even better. Are you going to be a leader? Yes or no?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
If he says, I would like you to stack and rack all the chairs, and you respond with, I would like you to take a flying leap, are you going to be a leader? Yes or no?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
So it's a fair assumption to say, here's how you become a leader in marching band. You do what you're told, when you're told, how you're told. Yeah, yeah?
Yeah.
Now, I'm not making fun of that, because that's necessary in a marching band. Because with 130 kids, it would be anarchy without it. Fair point?
Yeah.
Okay. So you got chosen to be in this room by doing what you were told, when you were told, how you're told, better than anybody else. Fair point. Yeah, yeah?
Yeah.
That is the very definition of a leader, a follower. Look it up in Webster's dictionary. It's to do what you're told, when you're told, how you're told. You're a failure at your own job. You're waiting to be told what to do, waiting to be told when to do it, and waiting to be told how to do it. Well, that is not a leader. That is a follower. And I had that characteristic in you before I ever made you a leader. And even though I haven't you, I got 100 other kids that'll do what I tell them to do. So you're useless to me. If you're waiting to be told what to do, when to do, how to do it, then what good are you? Now think about this. You got chosen being told what to do, when to do, how to do it. Fair point. Yeah, yeah?
Yeah.
You're really good followers. Yeah, yeah?
Yeah.
The skill sets we chose you on are completely different than the skill sets we need you to be successful at. We chose you based on your ability to bake, but we're going to ask you to draw. We chose you based on your ability to draw. We're going to ask you to speak a foreign language. You chose you based on the foreign language, and they're going to ask you to fix the transmission on a 72 Chevy. You would call me ridiculous for that, but we did it in band. We chose you based on your ability to do what you're told, when you're told, how you're told, and then we're going to ask you to do what you're not told, when you're not told, how you're not told. And so you sit there in almost a state of neutrality, like, I don't know what to do. How many of you have ever been in rehearsal, saw someone do something wrong, but didn't do anything about it because you were afraid to move at attention? Be honest. Good. Put it down. How many of you have ever been in rehearsal, heard something wrong, afraid to say something about it because you were afraid of getting yelled at or talking during rehearsal? Good. Put it down. How many of you ever saw some kid do something wrong, but you thought, I'm not going to deal with it because that's not my section, it's not my problem? Good. Put it down. Good. So you're band kids who don't fix wrong notes, don't fix bad behavior, and don't fix bad drill. Does that sound like a leader to you? No. And you do it because of fear. You don't do it. You fail to act out of fear. Not a physical fear, but my God, you just want to do the right thing all the time. Band kids want to do everything right. And so a fear of doing something wrong overrides a fear of doing something right.
Pretty insightful, don't you think? If you like what you heard there, you can go to scottlang.net and find out how to get Scott to come to your school. Scott, you're welcome for the plug. One of the wholesome things that happens at the end of each day of band camp is there's a member of the day chosen by the directors. That member leads the group to say the regiment's creed. This creed really does define the personality and character of the group. Again, it's one of those things that's much better to hear from the kids themselves, so let's sit in on that.
Okay, so tomorrow we're going to talk a little bit about like our creed, and you're going to learn this throughout the week. But this is something that for some of us it's like, man, this is kind of a cultish thing, and really it is. What is band? A cult. We all know. So it's a good cult, not one that has you have tattoos and weird things.
Drink some Kool-Aid.
Drink some Kool-Aid. So vets, you're going to lead us through this, and new members, you're just kind of along for the ride tonight. But this is something that we'll talk about what kind of the words mean, and it's something that has been part of Basha for a very long time. Now, I'm talking, Basha isn't a very old school. We're about 22 years old now, but this has been about 20 years that this has been around and written for this ensemble. So this is a something that we kind of hold near and dear and means a lot to our members. So let's make sure that we are paying respect to that. Understood? Yeah. Everybody's up. Okay, bring this home tonight is someone that I think has been really sticking out to me, especially the end of last school year going into this school year. I think as a leader, they have really put in the work, and they're one that doesn't let the grass grow under their feet when things need to be done. Okay, and I really appreciate this person. They also did a really great job on their audition this morning. Bringing us home tonight is Hayden.
Let's go ahead and take a break there. I want you to know I think you did an excellent job today, and I appreciated the effort and attention you gave during camp. In 2 weeks, we will release part 2, which will feature color guard, some more sectionals, interviews with leadership, directors, and some band moms who are hard at work at camp, and maybe I'll even let Scott make another appearance. We're also very proud to bring you a conversation with Jay and Jessica Landfair. Their son Jackson is an important part of our band camp legacy, and his story and the family story is very profound and inspiring. We are more than honored to be able to include them as a part of this story. There's a lot of fun, candid moments that occurred during camp, of course, so let's end the episode on one of those. While wrapping up for camp one day and the group was settling in, our assistant director Alex decided to make use of the fact that he had a live microphone to do a bit of karaoke. What made the moment even better was how the kids immediately went along with him. I'm not sure he even knows I captured this, so Alex, sorry not sorry. This was adorable. Thanks for listening, everyone. See you next time.
Don't you always be
To stay up to date with the Band Dads podcast, visit our website, banddadspodcast.com. Want to communicate with the Band Dads? Send an email to feedback@banddadspodcast.com. The Band Dads podcast is a 5 Deuce Media production. For more information, visit 5deucemedia.com. That's numeral 5deucemedia.com. For more information on Scott Lang leadership and solutions for music education, visit scottlang.net.